yogis, welcome to class. Today is a little mini class for bloating. So regardless of what is causing your bloating, whether it's PMS or PMDD or menopause bloating or perimenopause bloating, whatever the cause, maybe you just had way too much junk food over the weekend, whatever the cause, this little practice is going to help. So it's an all levels practice, really quick, about 10 minutes or so, and you could have a block handy. If you don't have a block, it's not the end of the world, but it's going to help with this first little breathing practice that we're going to do. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin with our block underneath our seat, just so that we can sit here for a few minutes. If you have no problem sitting on your shins in hero pose, then go ahead and do that. For me, I prefer to have a little block handy. So you want to have a nice comfy seat because we're going to be here for a few moments. We're going to do a breath of fire. So this is excellent for digestion. So go ahead and take a nice clearing breath. And go ahead and bring your left hand to your belly. So the area between the belly button and your pubic bone, I want you to just put your hand there. You can just place it there. You can make a little fist. And then I want you to think about sending the crown of the head up nice and tall. So sitting up super duper tall. Roll your shoulders back. So we're going to take a very forceful breath from the belly. So sometimes we call this diaphragmatic breathing. So you're going to, through your nose, you're going to really puff out. And when you do that, you're really contracting the lower belly. So don't worry about the in-breath because that's going to happen naturally. You just focus on the out-breath, all right? If this is your first stab at this, don't overthink it. It's a lot easier than it sounds. So we're just going to start with a nice big clearing in-breath. So breathe all the way in through your nose, lift the crown of your head, and then clear everything out. Nice deep exhale through your nose. Nice. Now here we go. Get started. Inhale, breathe all the way in through your nose. And then as you exhale, we're going to start that forceful breath, okay? We're going to do it for about 30 seconds. Here we go. If you lose track of it, just keep going. It's okay. You're most of the way there. Keep puffing. If you have any discomfort, just stop and come back when you're ready. Almost there for 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the way out through your nose and then inhale through your nose. So if you need to, grab a tissue and take care of any snot that you have there. It's totally normal when we do that practice. We're going to do it one more time for 30 more seconds. So when you're ready, here we go. Inhale all the way in through your nose. Relax your shoulders, exhale everything down. Keep your hand there. Inhale all the way in, fill all the way up, all the way into the lungs, and then exhale. Very good. Let it all go. Sweet. Super simple. If you need that tissue, go ahead and grab it. And then we're going to move this block out of the way. We don't need it for the rest of this practice. We're coming all the way down onto our seat. So, sitting in your easy pose. Crisscross applesauce or whatever you want to call it. Right foot in front of the left to start, hands on your knees. We're going to take a few rounds of cat and cow just to stimulate the whole abdominal region. So putting your hands on your knees, I want you to hollow out the belly, really create that C curve in the spine. tuck your chin, and then as you inhale, lift and reach the shoulders back and down. So we'll take a few rounds of this. And just keep breathing through your nose. Just about 30 more seconds here. A lot of times bloating is just because things are moving slower through your digestion, and we just need to get things moving again. Of course, it could be because you didn't drink enough water yesterday. All right, last one. Go ahead and finish up there. We're going to extend our right leg out nice and long and turn your toes so that they're facing the ceiling. And you might want to sit forward a little bit here so that you can kind of move the flesh out from underneath so that you're nice and square. We're going to turn, look towards those toes, and then hinge from the hips and start to fold towards that right leg. So it's not necessary to go all the way down. And we're going to be here for a few moments. So just turn towards that leg. Every time you inhale, lengthen your spine just a little bit, and then as you exhale, just fold a little bit deeper. Then we're going to use the hands to push us all the way back up. Just fold this right leg in front of the left, sitting up nice and tall on your inhale. Exhale, we're going to hinge from the hips and fold. Now, sometimes it feels good to have a little bit of pressure when you're bloated. Sometimes that feels really good. You can just make two fists here and fold over your hands. Or if that, if that feels uncomfortable, if you need your hands, you can use a blanket rolled across your belly here to just apply a little bit of pressure. And then come on down onto your forearms. If it's not comfortable to put pressure on your belly when you're bloated, then you don't have to. And go ahead and lift all the way back up. Going to the second side, so extend that leg nice and long. Give it some wiggles if you need to after sitting there for so long. Turn, aim your heart towards the kind of the second or third big toe or third toe there, and then start to walk forward. So you can let your head be heavy here. Just melting down. Keep finding a little bit of depth. Go ahead and push the hands back up and then cross that left leg in front. And we're going to find that hinge one more time. So again, if that felt good to have pressure there, you can use your arms or your fists or a blanket and fold down. If it doesn't feel good, then don't do that. Sometimes the pressure really feels good. I'm just going to fold over the legs, find some stillness. And then begin to walk yourself back up, all the way up. We're coming back into Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose. We're going to move now, a little bit of movement, dynamic movement here. So right hand is behind you, left arm reaches up and open. And then as you exhale, you're just going to aim towards the outside of that leg. So whatever that feels like. Inhale, reach that arm up and behind and sweep the hips up. So we call this modified wild thing, right? It's one of my favorite shapes. Exhale down, sweep across. Inhale up and open. Nice. We're gonna take 3 more just like that. Up and open. Maybe grabbing onto the outside of that foot. Last one, coming all the way through. Don't cheat yourself. And then as we sit down, we're going to take this leg and just stack it across on top, wrap the elbow around the knee, and look out over the back shoulder. You can use your back hand to press into the mat to give you a little bit of lift. We'll look over towards that back corner. And then unravel. Let's go to the second side, same thing, second side. Set yourself up, turn, reach for the outside of that foot. And one side, as you can tell, one side might be a little bit more accessible than the other. Reach the arm up and behind you and lift your hips. So creating a little back bend here, you're really leading with your belly. And then exhale, sit down, sweep over. We're going for a total of 5 of them. And if you're like me, you kind of migrate a little bit off your mat. Exhaling to fold, inhaling to lift. This is our last time through, and then remember we come into that little twist at the end. A little fancy leg work. Grab the elbow around that knee and twist and look over the opposite shoulder. Go ahead and unwind, unravel. Just slide that left knee on top. Sit back down into your easy pose, hands on your knees, eyes closed, and take just a moment here to really tune in and listen to what your body has to tell you. So don't be confused between the story of the mind and the story of the body. The mind usually tells you all kinds of negative things. The body speaks in facts, usually. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Namaste.